Ontario is the latest province looking into banning TikTok on work-issued devices, and this comes just a day after Ottawa and the Quebec government banned the app on work-issued devices due to privacy concerns. But how far could this ban go, and how concerned should everyday Canadians be? So joining us now for this discussion is tech journalist Takara Small. Takara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
First off, why is there so much attention on TikTok right now and the privacy concerns? Because the app really was building up popularity for a few years now, especially throughout the pandemic.
Definitely. It's one of the most popular apps right now that individuals can download. I think really what we're seeing this increase is because our neighbors to the States have decided to issue a ban as well for federal employees and in the European Union as well. And of course, just most recently, we've heard Justin Trudeau share that there are concerns that individuals who use this app may unfortunately have their personal data or information shared with China.
How concerned should everyday Canadians be then about having TikTok or even other social media devices on their apps? Should they be deleting? Are there other social media apps that they should be concerned about?
See, that's a good question. It's definitely the latter part of what you just said is important. So a lot of people are concerned, should I delete TikTok? Should I get rid of this? And I always say everyone should scrutinize every social media app that they have on their phone, because it's not just TikTok that use biometric data, that use your location, they use a lot of your personal information in order to advertise to you. So it's not just TikTok. I think everyone should look at Facebook, Instagram, everything to see what they're collecting about them.
Okay, now you put out a tweet a couple of days ago, which was really interesting. You kind of broke it down and put it in perspective about how many apps the average Canadian has on their phone and how much they would have to actually read in order to really go through and comb through the terms and conditions of what their data is being accessed by these apps. Can you break that down for us?
Of course, I definitely got a lot of DMs about that. Yeah. Some people not so happy. So pretty much there was a story from the Washington Post, and it highlighted that for an individual to really go through a privacy policy, so read every single word, and the average person has about 40 apps on their phone, it would take, over 200 hours. And I'd like to say, the amount of words that are in the average privacy policy on someone's phone is equivalent to the Bible. So think about the amount of reading someone would have to do to understand the privacy policies on their phone, and that's not taking into account if it's updated. So really, the idea that individuals understand what apps are asking from them, it's not realistic.
Yeah, and you know what? I know I can admit that I download apps all the time and I bypass all of it and just hit accept and move on. And I feel like so many people definitely do that. Is there something else that you could recommend to everyday Canadians in terms of data hygiene, some habits that we can have in order to protect our data as much as possible and still potentially enjoy social media at some points?
Yes, and social media is a part of our life, right? So it's very hard not to participate in it. There are really easy 3 things people can do. One, as I say, you should have a special email for social media. Don't use your personal email in case that platform is hacked and then your information is shared abroad. I'd say look over, privacy policies, but also when you download an app, there are certain settings that can dictate whether or not you share your location, share advertising details that aren't required. So look through those and check no for all of them if you can. And last but definitely not least, I think it's really important for people to understand when they share photos online that they are aware that sometimes in the metadata it can include where they're located, if they're in the country, if they're out of the country. So these are some of the things that people should think about. You can easily strip that metadata out through different apps or just take a screenshot and then post it online.
Now that governments are looking into, and some have enacted, just this ban on TikTok on mobile devices that are issued by these workplaces and these governments, do you think that this ban is going to go any further? Something that maybe the Canadian government will do to protect all Canadians?
Right. Yes. So that's been a topic of discussion. I don't know if it's feasible to enact a ban on all Canadians, just because there are VPNs these days, which allow people to pretend they're located in another country. And then second of all, TikTok is a lot of money. Like there are so many influencers who make a lot of money off of this. There are a lot of companies that get a lot of benefits from it. So I don't know if a complete ban is feasible. It has happened in other countries, but I don't know if in the West we would see something like that in a democratic country, if there'd be something like that.
Okay, Takara, thank you so much for joining us once again. Really do appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Okay.